All right, today we're going on a virtual tour of one of the most significant sites on the entire planet, the Grand Kaaba in Mecca. For nearly 2 billion Muslims, this is the spiritual center of the world, a place just overflowing with history and incredible meaning.
Just listen to these words. They were spoken by the Prophet Muhammad as he was forced to leave his home city of Mecca, and they tell you everything about the spiritual gravity of this place we're about to explore. Imagine loving a city so much that leaving it felt like the ultimate sacrifice. That's the feeling we're starting with.
So, first things first, we need to understand the ground we're standing on. Before we get to the Kaaba itself, we have to ask, why Mecca? What makes this city so uniquely sacred?
Okay, so right in the center of Mecca, you'll find the Grand Mosque, or Masjid-i-Haram. Now that name, it's not just talking about the building. It refers to the entire sacred area, a boundary set by God himself. And at the very heart of it all is the Kaaba, which the scripture actually calls my house.
Now look at this number, 100,000. It represents a spiritual value that's almost impossible to comprehend. The belief is that any act of worship you perform here, a single prayer, gets rewarded 100,000 times more than if you did it anywhere else on earth. I mean, just think about that.
All right, let's step inside the Grand Mosque. This isn't just one building you see, it's a whole complex of sacred sites that have this amazing connection between what's here on earth and what's believed to be in the heavens. It's a heavenly alignment. Within the Grand Mosque, there are 4 main landmarks we're going to focus on. You've got the Kaaba itself, obviously. Then there's the Maqam-e-Ibrahim, or Station of Abraham, the legendary well of Zamzam, and the 2 small hills, Safa and Marwa. Each one is a crucial piece of the story here.
And this is where it gets really mind-bending. Islamic tradition says that the Kaaba here on earth isn't alone. It's believed to be a direct physical mirror of a heavenly sanctuary, the Bayt al-Mamur, which is located directly above it in the 7th heaven. So in essence, it's the Kaaba for the angels, their own direction for prayer.
And to give you a sense of just how epic this heavenly worship is, the sources say that 70,000 different angels visit the Bayt al-Ma'mur every single day. And get this, it's said that no angel ever gets a second turn to visit until the Day of Judgment. That's just how many of them there are.
Okay, so with all that incredible context, let's zoom right into the heart of it all. It's time to begin our tour of the central structure itself, the Grand Kaaba, the house of God.
You know, for all its importance, the Kaaba is a beautifully simple, powerful structure. It's a cube-like building, right? Stands about 14 meters high, built from just over 1,600 stones. Its physical form is humble, solid. But its spiritual significance, as we're seeing, is absolutely monumental.
So, to get our bearings for this tour, let's look at its 4 corners. The eastern corner, that's where you'll find the famous Black Stone. The northern corner faces Iraq, the western one points towards Syria, and the southern corner faces Yemen. This orientation is absolutely key for the rituals that happen here.
Now we're going to focus in on the most revered side of the Kaaba, the northeast wall. This side is so important it's actually called the face of the house. And you're about to see why. It is just jam-packed with sacred history. And the most famous feature, of course, is the Hajar al-Aswad, the black stone. The story here is just wild. It's believed to be a stone from paradise and that it was originally of brilliant white. The only reason it's black now, they say, is from centuries of absorbing the sins of humanity. And this stone serves as the official starting point for the circumambulation ritual.
So how did it get here? Well, the story goes that when Abraham was building the Kaaba, he needed a unique stone to mark the corner. So he sent his son, Ishmael, to go look for one. While Ishmael was gone, the angel Gabriel appeared and presented Abraham with the black stone, which had been divinely kept safe all the way from Noah's flood. Abraham then set it right into that corner, where it's been ever since.
Right next to the Black Stone, there is a stretch of wall called the Multazam. That name means the clinging place. And it's called that because this is seen as a spot where prayers are directly accepted. The Prophet Muhammad himself was known to press his chest, his face, his hands, his whole body against this wall while he prayed.
Now, look nearby. You'll see a low, semicircular wall called the Hatim, and the area it encloses, the Hikr Ismail, might seem separate from the main building, but here's the profound part. That space is considered an actual part of the Kaaba itself. It's like an open-air room of the house of God.
And the proof of this is just so powerful. When the Prophet's wife Aisha said she really wanted to pray inside the Kaaba, he told her, if you want to enter the house, pray here, for this is a piece of it. Not only that, but this sacred patch of ground is also believed to be the burial place of Hagar, Ishmael's mother, and of Ishmael himself.
And there's even more packed onto this one wall. You have the Maqam Ibrahim, a stone that has Abraham's footprints in it from when he was building the Kaaba. It acted like a miraculous scaffold. You have Maqam Jibril, the exact spot where the angel Gabriel taught the Prophet the prayer times, and even the Khufre Mikhjen, the actual pit where Abraham mixed the mortar for construction.
Okay, so we have all these static, sacred points just bursting with history. But now let's talk about the central ritual that brings it all to life. Let's look at the Tawaf, the ritual that animates this entire space with dynamic worship.
The wide-open plaza that surrounds the Kaaba is called the Mataf. This is the stage. This is where millions of pilgrims perform the ritual of circumambulation, the Tawaf, creating that iconic, swirling, living image of devotion that we all know.
And the ritual itself? It's beautifully simple. A pilgrim starts at the black stone. They keep the Kaaba on their left side. They complete one full circle around it. That single lap is called a shaft. They repeat that circle 7 times. And those 7 shafts make up one complete tawaf.
But hold on. There's one final layer to this place, and it's an unseen history buried right under the feet of every single pilgrim. The Matafa isn't just a stage for the living. It's a land of prophets, a resting place for the ancient.
It is believed that hundreds of prophets are buried within the Kaaba itself. 99 are said to lie in the space between the Station of Abraham and the Well of Zamzam. Another 70 are between the Black Stone and the Yemeni corner. And even towering figures like the prophets Noah, Hud, Saleh, and Shuaib are thought to be buried right here, between the Well of Zamzam and the Hikr Ismail.
And that just brings us to a final thought. When you realize that every step is taken over sacred history, that every stone marks a miracle, and that the air itself is thick with prayer, it changes everything, doesn't it? So I'll leave you with this question to think about. How does our understanding of a place completely transform when we know that every single part of it, every stone, every step, every grain of sand is telling a story?